If you're still brainstorming random YouTube ideas and keeping a list of video ideas, hoping one of those videos turns into sales for you, this is the worst thing you could be doing for your business. Because if you're a business owner, you are not a YouTuber. Your content needs to be completely different than a YouTuber. What works for YouTubers and content creators is chasing subscribers. And when business owners do that, that hurts your sales. So in this video, I want to show you why random video ideas kills your channel momentum, why they confuse the algorithm, and why it attracts the wrong audience for you. Then I'll show you exactly what to do instead so every video you publish leads to sales. Here's the first thing that no one's telling business owners enough of. YouTubers are building an audience, a large audience. But you as a business owner, you're building a pipeline. Creators, YouTubers want views, watch time, and make AdSense dollars. But you as a business owner want qualified leads, you want booked calls, and you want course sales. So while YouTubers and content creators are choosing random videos and picking videos off of trends and curiosity to go viral, you need to make videos and pick content ideas that guide someone towards saying, yep, you're the exact person I want to work with. How do I sign up? So let's talk about now what actually happens when you're choosing random videos or picking from a list of video ideas that you came up with. The first thing that happens is you are completely confusing the YouTube algorithm. The way the YouTube algorithm works is when you publish a video, YouTube is going to put it in front of some people that it assumes will like your content. So based on viewers' past viewing behavior, have they watched content around the topic you just published? So when you are starting to post random video ideas that don't have much of a connection or are all over the place, that confuses the algorithm, and then it has no idea who's the right person to put your videos in front of. Now, this could go two ways. One way is that it could be sending the complete wrong people to your channel. Wrong people meaning the ones that are not gonna buy your course or wanna work with you one-on-one, or it could just not know who to put your videos in front of, so then you're posting content and you're not getting any views and it feels like you're wasting your time, because you are. So when you're picking those random videos and you're choosing from a list, you're going to get random views, which equals no conversions for you. The second thing that happens when you're picking random videos, you're losing the binge factor. There are two very important reasons why you need to be considering this binge factor when it comes to your content on YouTube. First is the algorithm. So if you're creating videos that people watch more than one, say somebody sits and watches a video of yours and then they watch 3 more videos of yours, YouTube is going to push your content to more people because the algorithm says, hey, this video got people to watch 3 more videos. That's the goal of YouTube, to keep people on the platform watching more content. So when you're building content and a binge experience, you're giving the algorithm exactly what it wants, so the algorithm is gonna push your content to more people for free. The second thing that this binge factor does is it gets a potentially cold lead warmer and warmer and warmer. It's the rule of marketing, right? On average, people need 7 to 11 touches of you, or reading different pieces of content, or seeing different pieces of content from you. So when you can get somebody to go from watching 1 video to 3 to 4, what's that going to do for that viewer? It's going to increase the chances that viewer is going to decide to spend their money with you. So again, when you're just picking random videos and you're not planning for the binge, you're missing out on the algorithm promoting you for free and converting more cold leads into clients and customers. The third thing that happens when you post random videos is your videos don't have a job or a purpose. If your videos as a business owner isn't intentionally leading them to buy something from you or down a viewer journey so that they are pitched something from you, what is the purpose of the YouTube videos that you're creating? I'm not creating YouTube videos to become famous or popular. I create YouTube videos as my marketing medium. I want to know the time I put into creating YouTube videos pays off, makes me sales, gets me clients. And so when you're not building a system for your videos and you're picking random videos, this system doesn't exist. And what happens is you're gonna get no ROI on your YouTube videos, and I'm sure that's not what you want. In fact, let me know if you wanna get on YouTube for more sales. Go ahead and comment more sales so that I know we got the right people here, because I don't think you're just creating YouTube videos for fun. If you're a YouTuber, that's great, but I'm speaking to business owners. If you want to create one strategic YouTube video every single week, you can't be choosing these random videos. And I know from experience, because I got it in my head that I needed to be solidified or have this authority about me and get my silver play button, which is 100,000 subscribers. Now I did just reach 60K, so thank you all for getting me to 60K. But 2 years ago, I got it in my head that I wasn't good enough. An imposter syndrome set in, and I thought I need to get 100K just to feel like, you know, I'm worth it. So I created some random videos and these are random videos that I knew would go viral, and I thought to myself, that will get me to 100,000 subscribers faster. Here's what happened. Those random videos brought random people to my channel, and then my sales dried up because the people that were coming to watch those random viral videos were not the people that were buying my course, were not the people that were working with me one-on-one. And then the algorithm assumed, because these videos were getting the most traction on my channel, that those were the right people to send to my channel. And they weren't. So I got stuck in this loop of getting sent low quality leads that didn't buy anything. My sales dropped, and every time I published a new video for my right audience, my ready to buy audience, YouTube didn't put those videos in front of those people. So I had to decide to delete about 5 videos that accumulated over 1 million views just to reset the algorithm, because those random YouTube videos were hurting my business, were causing me not to get sales. And that's the whole purpose I'm here on YouTube. So I share this with you to tell you, don't do random videos just to go viral, because it's not what us as business owners need to be doing. So what's the difference between random and strategic? Let me tell you about that in just a minute, because if this is all starting to click for you and you're realizing you really need your YouTube channel to be a sales system, whether you've been doing it wrong or you're ready to go all in, I've got a brand new free training that you can watch called How to Turn Your YouTube Channel into a Sales Funnel While You Sleep. I'm going to deep dive in this training, the exact strategy I use, and then I teach my one-on-one clients on how to turn just 5 simple YouTube videos into a client or sales converting funnel. I'll walk through my playlist funnel structure, what is the right content that converts, and how my clients and I get sales every day with low viewed videos. Go ahead and grab a seat at TrenaLittle.com/training. Let's talk about why this random versus strategic video is so important. And it's because who is watching random videos versus who is watching strategic videos? People who are generally watching random videos, like I mentioned in my story, where I knew these videos would go viral, they were still about YouTube, but they weren't about the topics that my audience would want. They were more generic, they were more basic. So who those videos brought were those more generic, more basic views. People who were browsing, people who were comparing, people who were avoiding making a decision. That's why those random videos didn't convert into views, and why it was so terrible that I got stuck in this loop on the algorithm, getting those people sent to my channel. People who are watching strategic videos, videos specific on the problems that they are having right before they need the solution that you have, they are much closer to action. They know that they have a problem and they are actively looking for the right solution for them. And when that's the viewers that you're attracting to your videos, you don't need more views. You just need the right views. Now, what do? I talked about all these random videos. I talked about these strategic videos. What does this look like to put into action for you? So instead of those one-off videos where you're looking at a list that people told you to write and then pick one whenever you feel like it, no. You need to build the viewer's journey. Think email funnels, right? How are you sending those email funnels? What is the main purpose of each email that you're sending out in an email funnel? So every video in this 5 video playlist series that I talk about solves a specific pain point that my audience has. We'll break down just one belief or one objection that my ready to buy viewer has. Remember, I'm not talking to anybody who's thinking about doing YouTube. I'm talking specifically to business owners who want YouTube to generate leads and sales. So what is a belief that they have that I need to change? Or what is an objection that they have about YouTube that I need to change? And then Each video needs to move your viewer closer to working with you. That's exactly what I call my YouTube playlist funnel. As I mentioned, email funnels. The playlist funnel is very much like a public-facing email funnel, but that's the key. It's public. You don't have to worry about your emails getting sent to the right people, or to getting blocked by spam, or to going into junk mail, or to not getting people to open them. It's public facing, and they could binge watch your entire funnel in just one afternoon. Whereas again, with emails, you're only sending about one a day. So you're prolonging this decision when some people may just want to buy right then and there after they've binged your content. And when you start creating videos thinking like this, that's when the sales start to hit. I've had countless clients send to me wins that they've had. Specifically, one of my clients, after her second video in her playlist funnel, a video that had less than 7 views, had already made a sale. Another client, in her third video of her playlist funnel, it had less than 20 views, and she got a membership sale and a new one-on-one client. So when you start thinking it's not about random videos, it's about these strategic problem-solving videos, objection-busting videos, belief-shifting videos, that's when your YouTube videos start to become a sales-generating machine. And it's not like it's making YouTube even more complicated for you because you're thinking, okay, well now I need to come up with 5 videos at a time. Oh, it's actually not more complicated. Because when you build out this 5-video series, you now can film fewer videos, 1 video a week. You attract better viewers, which are better clients, and your content starts working for you for the next couple of months and even years. But how do you know which topics are right for this playlist funnel? And how do you start to get them to flow into each other? I'm breaking it all down in this video on your screen right now. If your YouTube videos aren't bringing you in new sales or clients every time your video goes live, the problem isn't your equipment, it's not even your editing, it's your video topics. So I'm gonna break down the 3 exact ways I come up with video topics for my YouTube channel that bring me in at least $100 a day from viewers on my YouTube channel. The first way to come up with video ideas that are gonna make you at least $100 a day is doing something that I teach my YouTube coaching experience clients called niche neighbor analysis. Now in my program, I go into a deep dive on exactly how to do this. And we have a spreadsheet on all the different things we're looking at and they fill out to bring to me as I help them build their content strategy. But for you, I wanna walk through this overview of a niche neighbor analysis. So basically it would be a competitor, but in YouTube, we aren't competitors, we're niche neighbors, because if somebody's channel is doing well on a topic that you also talk about, you could then show up alongside that channel, which is going to be great for you. So what you wanna do in a niche neighbor analysis is to find other YouTube channels that are speaking to your ready to buy viewer. And the good part of this, we talked about competitors, it's not necessarily a one-for-one competitor. So for example, my niche neighbor analysis, you would think, is just of other YouTube strategists. But in reality, I'm also looking at Instagram experts. I'm also looking at marketing experts. I'm also looking at copywriters. But they are all speaking to my audience. My audience is you guys, business owners who are selling courses and coaching programs and one-on-one services that need to find a way to generate more leads and sales into your business. And so while it may not be a one-for-one on the niche, it is a one-for-one on the audience they're speaking to. Now, if you're not sure who your audience is watching, one thing you could do is post a poll on Instagram and ask your followers if you have a following on Instagram. You could also ask your email list or send out a survey. This is something we do twice a year. We send out a full survey, not only getting an idea of who my audience is watching, but a whole bunch of other ideas. But when you find people to look at, you're looking at a few things here. You want to look at which videos are getting more views. So this is going to tell you which topics are more popular with this audience because it has more views. We're not going to copy the video or the title or the thumbnail, but you're going to take the main topic of that idea, and now we're going to pluck that, and that's going to be a good idea for you because we know your audience is interested in it. Now, there are a few more other things that we look at specifically in a niche neighbor analysis, but that is something I share very specifically with my YouTube coaching experience clients. But the biggest asset here when you do niche neighbor analysis, this is a pro tip, you may want to write this down, is those videos that are doing well on your niche neighbors, look at the comments section. read the comment section, or even better, copy all the comments of that video, plug it into ChatGPT, and ask it to analyze what people are saying about this video and what topics are they most interested in. Because the comment section of your niche neighbors' videos are going to be goldmine for you to come up with video ideas that your audience is already interested in. Before I move into the second way to come up with video ideas, things can start to get disorganized now. As you're collecting ideas, maybe you're taking screenshots, maybe you're analyzing the comment section. So you need to have a really good workflow when it comes to YouTube. And the one that I've been using for years and my clients live on is my prep system. My prep system allows me to keep everything organized inside of an Asana board. And what my prep system does, for those of you that are interested in grabbing it, it walks you through every single step of YouTube production. Researching, scripting, optimizing, and you get my exact checklist that I have for publishing my videos, everything that I do for every video that I publish. You're also gonna get a plug and play planning board on Asana and see how I batch my videos just like I am today. So before we move into that second phase where I'm gonna give you some more information on choosing video ideas, if you wanna get organized, make sure you grab my prep system at trenalittle.com/prep. The second research method that I use to come up with video ideas that I know are going to make me money is called my profitable keyword framework. And this is where we start to bring in real YouTube search data. So instead of just guessing what your audience is searching on YouTube, we want to validate that they are actually searching for those topics. And this is where I use a software called vidIQ. Now, this is a keyword research platform, and I highly recommend it if you're going to use this for YouTube. Because when you use things like keywords everywhere or anything like that that is Google-based, the way people search on YouTube is different. And you need data from how people are searching specifically on YouTube, because YouTube is not Google. Yes, they are owned by the same company, but people search differently on these two platforms. And so you need to make sure that the topic you're going to create on your channel is actually being searched on YouTube the way you think it is. So the profitable keyword framework is a research process that I teach my YouTube coaching experience clients. And when they go through this process, they basically have a content plan for the next 6, sometimes 12 months. So what you're doing is you're coming up with some seed words. These would be main topics or main words that you would want your channel to show up for. Then you're gonna plug that main word into vidIQ and see what is related to that main keyword, because it is going to potentially provide you loads of more content ideas. Because when you're looking at vidIQ, you're being told these are the topics. I like to look at these and call these topics, not keywords. These are the topics that are being looked for or searched for, and here's how many times it's being searched per month. This is essential because you want to make sure it's being searched like 1,000 times per month. Because if nobody's searching for that topic, you're not going to make that topic because no one's ever going to find it. So you need to make sure you're choosing topics that people are actually searching for. Let me just do a quick run through of vidIQ. So this keyword section is what I'm talking about when I do the research. When I'm talking about a keyword, I'm talking about a broader word. So I'm going to say, digital marketing, which encompasses everything that I talk about on my channel. And from here, what I'm not necessarily concerned about right now is this, because I'm doing some research on topics within digital marketing that would do well. So I'm going to go to related keywords and I can scroll through here with a bunch of other ideas. For example, digital products versus digital marketing. Here's the important part when you're doing this. How often is this searched? And this is telling me it's searched less than 750 times per month. So it may not be a topic that I want to go after because it's relatively low searched. Now, if I go back here and I want to look at some other particular topics, for this example, LinkedIn marketing, this is searched 47,000 times a month. I am now validated. If I'm a LinkedIn specialist and I create content around LinkedIn marketing, this is being searched quite often on YouTube. So I'm validated. This is the topic I can create my next couple of videos on. Just to run through another example, let's say sales funnel, right? Now we're going to search And if you are a marketing specialist, a digital marketing specialist, you may have digital marketing as a seed word, and you may have sales funnel as a seed word. And so all of the related keywords within these two topics are now potential video ideas for you. Again, we could scroll through here and look at sales funnel app. Now that searched about 988 times a month, whereas selling low ticket is searched about 1,200 times a month. And maybe you have a better opportunity here, especially if you're selling something low ticket that explains to people how to buy something low ticket. Now add on, if you're that LinkedIn specialist, you can tie these two topics together and really create a powerful video that you know your audience is searching for because it's been validated with this research. The best way to come up with content ideas that are going to make you money and perform well on YouTube is going through your own channel data. And look, I know analytics, the back end, there's a lot going on there. It's confusing. Quite a few of my clients avoid it for a while until I walk them through how to really understand what's going on. But when you know what to look at in your analytics, it's going to tell you what to create more of. So one of the first things to look at is which videos are getting high click-through rates. This is going to tell you that when people saw this video title and thumbnail, they were very intrigued. It was something that grabbed their attention. They clicked on it. But then you also want to look at that audience retention as well, because you need to make sure people kept watching through that video to tell you, okay, this is a great topic to double down on because people clicked on it and people watched to the end. If you're seeing people are watching to the end, they're going to hear your calls to action to whatever it is you're talking about in your video. You may recall, I mentioned earlier, my prep system earlier on in this video. My goal is to hope most of you get to that call to action, but that you're still here as well because it tells me you're interested in this topic. What's also going to be important is tracking where your sales are coming from. And so again, this is something that I have available to my clients, but we teach them how to use and set up Google Analytics. Because when you have your Google Analytics set up, you can see exactly how many sales are coming from YouTube. And I see every single month that my YouTube videos convert to sales about 35%. So the traffic that I get from YouTube is converting 35% of the time they come to a sales page, which is a great conversion rate. Once you start to have these video ideas kind of mapped out, there's one critical piece that we've not discussed yet, because you can choose the best topics that are going to attract the best people that are going to buy from you. But if you can't deliver in that video, remember I mentioned how important your audience retention graphs are? So if you aren't structuring your videos for the best audience retention so people actually hear your call to action to get your offer, your low ticket, your free webinar, wherever you want to send them, you're never going to sell from your videos. So let me show you exactly how I script my YouTube videos. Once you have these lists of topics, start scripting your videos the right way so you make a sale with every single video, and it's all taught in this video right here. Most YouTube videos can get views, but what if you could copy just one video style that would make you sales every single day? Even if you have a small channel, I'm talking less than 1,000 subscribers and no fancy over-the-top editing needed. I'm going to give you that exact framework, and it is the framework I have used for over the last 10 months to make sales every single day. I've been working less the last 9 months, and I have sold more than I have in the last 3 years of my business. All you need to do is copy this video style and you can start having your YouTube channel make you daily sales. So I'm gonna break down the key pieces that need to be in your video. Then I'm gonna tell you exactly what each of those pieces need to have. And this is the same structure that I am following right now. First, a pain-driven hook. Second, show proof. Third, deliver a quick win. Fourth is your soft call to action. Fifth is reframing your viewer's belief. And sixth is a binge-worthy outro. All right, let's break down each one of these pieces so you can do this in your next video. First is that pain-driven hook. And this is really important because if you can't get people interested in watching your video in the first 3 to 5 seconds, they're not making it further. And the majority of YouTube videos will lose people during the first 3 to 5 seconds. So when I say a pain-driven hook, I mean starting your video out by calling out a specific pain point your audience is having. Now, obviously, I mean, we're not opening our videos by saying, hey guys, welcome to my channel. But I also mean we're not starting your video with a vague question, or a lot of the times I hear lame questions being asked as a hook. The first sentence of your video has got to grab attention and honestly make people feel that pain, because you're a business owner and you're in the business of solving their problem. You have a solution for them, your course, your coaching program, and if you don't make that pain really stand out and really spotlight it, they're not going to realize or come to the fact they need your solution to solve that pain point. So while it may feel weird, it is what you need to start with to prepare them for the solution you have available for them. And that's the whole reason you're in business, right? So one of the strongest hooks that I have had on my YouTube channel is this statement. If you're posting videos and not making sales when you post it, you're doing YouTube wrong. That really is grabbing my audience's attention. And maybe it is for you because you're like, I am posting. What do you mean I'm doing it wrong? Or I don't want to keep doing it wrong. And even if my audience hasn't started a YouTube channel yet, they know they don't want to post wrong either and waste their time on videos not making sales. So you can see how that hook really keeps people watching. I would actually love to hear from you. What is the biggest pain point you're facing with your YouTube strategy right now? Drop it in the comments below because I love using these comments for next videos or upcoming videos. So you might just see your question answered in one of my upcoming videos. All right, that second piece is showing proof. You either want to show a quick result of you or your client. And you saw me post those screenshots of sales I have literally been getting every day for the last 9 months. I want you to understand that sharing your results or sharing your success is not braggy. But when you start to show proof that what you're actually talking about and what you're actually doing is working or is working for your clients, that's when your viewers start to believe it's possible for them. And that's why they will buy your solution. Because if you aren't showing any trickles of proof, they're not going to trust that you actually can perform on what you're promising. The third piece of this video is you need to give people a quick win. They've got to have something meaty or juicy or something really valuable that's going to make them feel like they need to hang around for more. Because if you can't convince them that you're not going to share good content and maybe you're just going to share fluff, they're going to be gone. So one of the first things I did in less than the first 90 seconds of this video, I gave you the complete breakdown of every piece that needed to be in a video that was going to make you daily sales. Could you have taken that and ran with it? Yes, but you probably wanted to hear more details on what I meant by each one of those pieces. You also want to make this a quick win, a mini transformation. You don't need to do a 20-minute TED Talk or a 20-minute tutorial. This is going to overwhelm your viewer, and it's actually going to deter them from buying the solution that you have available, because if they are getting overwhelmed by your 20-minute YouTube video, what are the chances they're going to take that next step? So if you can give them a quick, super easy win, one actionable step during the main piece of the video, that's what's going to convert viewers into sales. So for example, by the end of this video, you should have a good outline of how to craft a YouTube video. Or I could say something like, by the end of this video, you should be able to batch 4 YouTube videos. That's a quick, actionable win. Moving into this fourth piece, and this fourth piece is very touchy, and you need to understand that your main call to action for every single video at the end should be to watch another video. It's everything I talk about in my YouTube playlist funnel. I will link to this video right here that dives more into what my YouTube playlist funnel is. But at the end of the video, that's a totally different call to action we're gonna discuss coming up. But right here in section number 4, a soft call to action is where you could start sending people to a lead magnet, an opt-in, or in my case, I want to send people to a low ticket offer. And the reason why I want to send people to a low ticket offer is because I right now want to build my email list on qualified buyers, meaning people who are willing to put their money where their mouth is. And so because I'm talking about the framework of a YouTube video and video that sells every day, I actually have the template that I use. I actually have a tutorial on how I film my videos, all inside of a mini course that I have available called the Video Game Plan. So when you grab this under $100 offer, not only do you get a complete template of all the pieces I'm talking about here today, but I go into even more detail with examples, linking to specific videos, and I also show you what it's like for me to film these videos behind the scenes. So if you really want to take this crafting your next video and get everything that I do, you can go to trenalittle.com/video game plan. All right, now that was a specific offer that makes sense for this particular video. That's what's really important with this soft call to action. Whatever you add in here, it needs to organically flow. It needs to make sense. And so people don't feel like they're being sold to, they're feeling like value is being added. Oh, I've been taking notes here, I've been writing these all down, but you have a template already done for me. Oh, you're gonna also show me how to film these? Okay, that makes sense. Maybe I will go buy that. Maybe they won't. But the goal here is to start offering something to make those daily sales. We don't wanna wrap our video up here. Remember, we wanna keep people watching to the end. And so section number 5 or piece number 5 is all about changing your viewers' belief. You need to, right after you give them that soft call to action, explain to them why the way you do things works and why the way they thought they needed to do things or the way they are doing things is not going to work, and they have to make this change right now. A lot of people who want to do YouTube or focus on YouTube think success or thinks more sales is going to come from more views on their YouTube videos. But some of my highest viewed videos I mentioned in this video right here got me 0 sales. I ultimately had to delete over 1 million views across a couple videos because they were not making me sales. Some of my lowest viewed videos are my most profitable that are sending me sales. And so when you start to structure your videos in the way that I'm breaking it down, that's when you start to make those daily sales. And it's not about going viral, and it's not about getting the most views. And for my audience, and for those of you watching, you need to understand, while this framework may not make sense for what most YouTube gurus or what most YouTubers say work, this is what works for business owners. And you need to be focused on which videos and which structures of your videos convert into sales and not necessarily views. And this is the structure that has consistently not only got me daily views, but has allowed clients of mine post 2 videos on a brand new channel and get 20 views on a video and make a membership sale, and get 7 views on a video and make a $50 sale, and get under another 20 views and make a paid workshop sale, because this is the structure that your YouTube videos need to follow to get paid every single day, even with a small YouTube channel. There's still one more vital piece here before I talk to you real quickly about how I script, how I film, and how I edit. And this last piece of this video section is essential, because YouTube will push your videos to more people if you are getting people to watch more content. And this is the whole system behind my YouTube playlist funnel. So at the end of your video, you need to set up why your viewer needs to watch your next video. And so we're never ending our videos with in summary, in conclusion, to wrap up, or finally. We're also never ending our videos with like, subscribe, and comment. We're always pointing and pitching the next video that makes sense for the viewer's journey. And if you stay to the end, you're gonna hear what that is for this particular video. But for example, I may say something like, if you wanna see how I plan my entire playlist funnel to make these sales every day, I'm breaking it down in the video on your screen right now. That's how we are moving people to the next video, because the more they binge watch your content, the more YouTube is sending people to your videos. And the more they binge watch your videos, the higher the chance they become a customer, they become a client, they become a student. Now I wanna jump into how to make this framework really work for your next video. When it comes for me scripting these videos, as I said earlier, I call it my video game plan. And before I come up with any content that I'm gonna put in this video or script a single word or a hook, I always plan my title and thumbnail first. And I want this hopefully to be the main takeaway you have here, is do not focus on a video if you cannot come up with a good title and a thumbnail that your audience is going to click on. Your title and your thumbnail is your main marketing material. And if that title and thumbnail does not get people to click, no one's ever going to see what content that you have to share. And if it doesn't get people to click, YouTube is going to bury that video because it doesn't make sense for the algorithm to show that video to people if you're not getting people to click. So whenever you're planning a video, if you want a video to make you daily sales, you always need to make sure you have a solid title and thumbnail plan before you even move into crafting the content of that video. The next thing I do is I script my hook word for word. This is the most important part of your video after getting people to click. So this is the one piece of the video game plan that I do script. From there, I then kind of brain dump, and ChatGPT has been very helpful for me doing this. If you're interested in seeing how I use ChatGPT to help me script my YouTube videos, go ahead and write chat down in the comments and I will plan that in the future. But I will just talk into ChatGPT my thoughts for this video, things I want to cover, and then it will just organize my thoughts in this particular framework because I've trained my chat to think in this framework. So these are all kind of basically just bullet points when I sit down to film. Before I film though, and I've planned my main content, the next thing I do is I go through that video to look for engagement things. So you heard me mention a couple times to comment. I didn't really ask you to like, but if you are enjoying this video, make sure you give me the thumbs up so I know this is the style of video you like, because this is a little bit different than what I've done before. But I go through my game plan after I've mapped out my content and add in these core engagement pieces. Remember, you can get this total template, the game plan, more detailed, more examples at trenalittle.com/video plan. Once I have this done, and I will generally batch about 3 to 4 scripts at a time. So for example, today I'm sitting down and I planned 3 video game plans yesterday. So I'm gonna sit down here today, the last day of school before the kids are home, did my hair and makeup, and I'm going to get done 3 videos. This helps me stay consistent. It also helps me make sure that each video is flowing into itself. So because I batch those 3 videos at once, I know this video will flow into the next one, will flow into the next one. Then the next hardest part for most people to get these videos up to be making you daily sales is editing. And here's a secret. Less editing is more, especially for business owners. I used to spend hours mapping out all the extra assets to my videos, from B-roll to screen recordings to screen shares, but then I just kind of got super busy and I would edit my own videos. Some of my own videos I edited, and the ones that were the simplest edited, they were the highest watch videos, meaning the audience retention was the highest. So really when I stripped back a lot of the editing, I saw better results. So you don't even have to spend a lot of time on fancy transitions and title screens and text and B-roll. Keep it simple, because as business owners, we are doing what I said we need to do in these videos. We're giving them a quick win. We're giving them a belief shift so that they can see why the solution that you are promising them is going to work, so they want to buy. They don't need all the fancy editing to keep their attention, because they're there to have a problem solved. And the way these videos work is because you're not just teaching, you're selling a belief. You're showing your viewer what is actually possible for them. You're giving them a quick win, and you're making it super easy for them to take that next step. Whether it's watching another video of yours before they decide to buy from you, or they're jumping right to buying from you. Plus, you're keeping YouTube happy because you're keeping people on the platform and you're getting people to watch multiple videos. But here's what most business owners miss. Even if you copy and do everything that I just shared with you in this video, because YouTube is actually broken for business owners right now. So if you want to know why your videos might still be struggling to make you those sales and what you need to change up to get the results you're looking for, i.e. sales every day, I'm breaking down what's broken on YouTube right here. I watch the top 10 videos that come up for the search, how to grow a YouTube channel and how to start a YouTube channel from scratch, to see specifically if their advice should be followed by business owners. Here's the truth. YouTube works differently for business owners than content creators or YouTubers. You could say YouTube is broken for business owners. And I wanna walk you through what most YouTube gurus or strategists are telling you to do. And then I wanna show you what will work for business owners if they wanna use YouTube to make daily sales from their videos. Because it's not just about growing your channel and getting more subscribers. I wanna know if I have the right people watching. I'm testing something. So if you are a business owner, let me know what your business is down in the comments. comments. So I know we're business owners and we're not YouTubers here. Reviewing these 10 videos, here's the gist of what they all say you need to do to grow a YouTube channel today. Pick a niche or audience, post consistently, make searchable content, optimize your titles and thumbnails, study your analytics, and double down on what gets views, engage with your audience, use playlists and end screens, collaborate with other creators, try shorts for more reach, and stay patient and persistent. Here's the problem with all of that advice. It's predominantly designed for content creators or YouTubers who want views and subscribers and are mainly growing their revenue through YouTube AdSense. And this is not a stable way to build a revenue strategy because you don't have control in AdSense, and that's a whole different avenue we can go down. But if you are a business owner, you do not need hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views. You need clients, leads, and sales. And you can do that with under 1,000 subscribers. Now, there was a time when I took all that YouTuber advice and I put it into my channel. I explain the full story in this video right here, but the Cliff Notes version is those videos went viral like I wanted them to. I brought the wrong people to my channel. I ended up drying up my sales from my channel and had to delete millions of views from my channel and basically start it all over. You see, the YouTube algorithm awards binge-worthy, broad content. But this type of content for you as a business owner is going to drive freebie chasers and not buyers. And so it's going to feel like you're posting consistently and you're seeing views, but your revenue isn't going up. You're not getting more clients, you're not getting more sales, and you're feeling like, what is the purpose of creating YouTube videos if it's not making me sales? If you're a coach, a course creator, even a service provider, you need a different strategy than what you are told grows a YouTube channel specifically for YouTubers. So let's flip the script. Here's what you actually need to do as a business owner if you want to use YouTube to grow your business or make more sales, or in my case, make sales every single day. First, you still need to niche down, but you need to niche by transformation, not just a topic. You need to be very clear in your niche who you help, what problem you solve, and what is the solution that they're going to achieve after learning from you or working with you. So when I'm speaking to my clients, I ask them, what is the transformation for your main offer? What is it that they're going to achieve at the end of your offer? That's how you need to be looking at your YouTube channel. That's the audience you're speaking to on your YouTube channel, because your channel needs to be built around your offer and the journey your ideal client or customer will take. The second piece of advice is it's not just posting consistently for business owners, it's posting strategically. Every video you post should not be a random video you're choosing from a list of videos. In fact, I talk more about that here, but each video you create should be a specific asset in your sales funnel and what I call your YouTube playlist funnel. It's not gonna be just content for content's sake. So when you're planning your videos, you need to be thinking about your videos in a strategic flow. And that is the flow your client journey is going to follow. So in a business owner's advice, you need to be thinking about quality plus intent is greater than quantity of videos. The third thing you need to do as a business owner, not a YouTuber, is make videos that address objections, pain points, and belief shifts for people ready to buy. You're not focusing on just how-to content for beginners. And this becomes a really mind F for a lot of my clients because they want to post videos that get more views because we've been instilled more views is success, is what we need. But what happens is when you're posting content that's actually getting more views, it becomes broader content and it's not addressing the pain points that your ready to buy audience has. And so the people that are watching your beginner content, your broad content, either it's going to take them a long time to decide to convert and buy from you, or they're going to lose interest in your niche in no time. And so you need to be focusing on very specific topics that person, right before they decide to work with you, buy your course, buy your offer, whatever it is you're selling, what is that person's pain point right before they pull out their credit card and say yes to you? These topics will get less views because they are more specific, but this is the ready to buy viewer you want that's going to give you your sales every day. Which kind of leads into the next thing that you need to do is also your titles and thumbnails. Just like YouTubers, titles and thumbnails are just as important for you as well. But they need to be speaking specifically for your ready to buy viewer. We're not talking broad shock and awe statements. They still need to address a pain point that your audience is having, but it needs to be very specific to the problem that they are in right now, so they can watch your video and see you have the solution. So your titles and thumbnails should speak directly to your ideal client's pain and desired outcome, and sprinkle on a little curiosity in how you do that, because the curiosity helps get that click. The next piece is, like I said, a really mind F for my audience, and you need to be tracking sales, not views. So when you log into YouTube and you go to your analytics, you're going to see your top 10 videos. And when you post a video and it hits a 10 out of 10, your immediate thought is that video flopped, that video failed. But that's in the eyes of YouTube. And remember, YouTube isn't what's making us money. Our clients, our students, our sales are making us money. And so we need to shift the way we look at our video success. And instead of looking at that top 10 dashboard, you want to look at your sales page, your lead magnet, your offer, your course page, and did it get more traffic since that video has been posted? Did you get more sales? Did you get more email signups to that page when that video went live? That's how you should be tracking success for your videos. And then the videos that are showing more traffic, more sales, more leads, those are the topics you should hone in on and make more videos about. The next thing that you need to do as a business owner and not a YouTuber is you need to be focusing on your videos in a playlist funnel. This is just like an email funnel, only public. And so people can binge watch the entire funnel in under 2 hours. And you're not having to battle against deliverability, open rates. You're not spreading this across days where they may lose interest. When you build playlist funnels, like I said, people can find that immediately or find that in one day and go through your entire playlist funnel that day and decide to become a client. This has happened countless of times for me on YouTube. I was able to get what ultimately ended up being a $50,000 client from a playlist funnel that she binged and decided, okay, I'm working with you, and we worked together for almost a year. Now, the next thing that YouTubers really do is they do a great job of engaging in their comments. And I think that that's great. They really build a loyal fan base, and we could learn a little bit from that as business owners. But what we need to realize is our engagement in comments need to qualify and nurture those viewers with those comments. Because while yes, you're building a community and you're building an audience on YouTube, you're not building a fan base. And one of my clients, Christina, did this amazingly in her comments. She just engaged back on a comment with a viewer, and then that viewer immediately decided to buy a course from her. That's what I'm talking about when we're looking at our comments and we are engaging in our comments to qualify and nurture that can help lead to the sale. The next thing you want to do is collaborate for value, not just exposure. So what you really want to do as a business owner on YouTube is look for other people who are speaking to your niche, who are speaking to the same audience as you, and how can you collaborate together? I don't do this enough because I spend a lot of time with my clients, but a while ago, I did an entire series with other business owners that were copywriters, sales funnel experts, and what we did is we talked about what we learned that year, and then we all referenced each other's videos on our videos. And this worked for us because we were all speaking to the same audience, but we all had different offers and we all sold different things. Now, if I were to go be on somebody's channel that talked about home organization, probably not going to be the best audience for me because those people are interested in home organization. What is that going to bring me? Not people that are interested in using YouTube channel to sell and get leads, right? So when you're thinking about collaborating with people, which is a great idea, make sure your audience aligns with their audience as well. A lot of YouTubers are playing with or have used shorts. Up until now, I may have a change in shorts. Up until now, shorts have had no value for myself and my clients because we are creating long form content for conversions. And when you look at short form content like shorts, what are people doing on shorts? They're being entertained, they're scrolling, right? They're down a scroll hole and they're not thinking about a problem that they need to have solved. And so for me to waste time on shorts, the value just wasn't there because I wasn't seeing the payoff, because people on shorts, like I said, are there to be entertained and they're not trying to have a problem solved. Also, the algorithm wasn't doing a good enough job of then somebody who had potentially watched my short then see my longer form content. That is changing, and I am seeing more people talk about that. So if you are using YouTube for your business, I wouldn't worry about shorts at the moment, because you're going to get longer lifetime and better ROI on long form content on YouTube first. And then if you have extra time, then I would focus on shorts. But your biggest payoff is going to be on long form YouTube videos, because people who are watching those long form videos are people who are actively trying to solve their problem. They're going to YouTube to search their problem and they're watching your video, and those are the people that are going to convert. The next thing is be patient and track what matters. Here's the thing, when you use YouTube strategically for your business, you can see results in a few videos. You don't need to track your success as subscribers and views. You can track your success with sales. And I've had clients with their second video published make a sale. I've had clients with just a few videos published make a sale. I've had clients make sales from videos that have been live less than 24 hours because they're using YouTube not for YouTuber advice, but with business owner advice. Because when you look at YouTube and every video has a role in a bigger selling system, that's where results happen. You don't have to chase a magic subscriber number. And when you start to track which videos are actually driving you sales, you know which topics your ready to buy viewer is really interested in, and those are the topics you can start double downing on to see more sales. Before I mention how you can implement this, I do have a totally free masterclass that shows you exactly how I build my playlist funnel, and it goes into detail specifically how you can start turning your YouTube channel into a daily sales machine. So if you want more information and you want to go a little bit more in depth on this topic, go to trenalittle.com/masterclass to get your seat in the next class that I'm hosting live. And I'm telling you, this is what works for YouTube for business owners, because I've experienced and I've had countless clients have this experience as well. So how can you start setting this up for your channel, whether you're starting from scratch or you're starting to think, dang, I've been using a YouTuber strategy all along. All right, so first, what is your main offer? I like to think of this as all roads lead to. In my channel, the main purpose of my channel is to get clients into my YouTube coaching experience. That is my main offer. So for me, all roads lead to my YouTube coaching experience. Second, you want to map out 4 to 5 video ideas that are addressing your ideal client for that offer we just mentioned in step 1, that ideal client's objections, beliefs, and pain points. Because we're thinking about this as dominoes. If we have 5 dominoes set up, what is the first one that we need to knock down the second one? Once we knock down the second one, what is the third one we need to knock down? That's how we're thinking about these series of videos and a playlist funnel. Once you have these topics mapped out, then you're going to create video game plans. I talked more about video game plan in last week's video up here, but you're going to come up with titles and thumbnails that are really going to highlight the problem your ideal viewer, your ideal customer is having, so they want to click on the video, and then you're going to deliver on what is the solution for them, what is a quick win for them. And then videos 1 is going to lead to video 2, video 2 is going to lead to video 3, and so on until you get to that 5th and final video that is going to show them that your offer, your solution, your big solution you have for them. Once you have them scripted, I highly encourage you to batch. I am batching today. I'm getting 3 videos done on the last day of school, so I have a little bit of time when the kids are home before I gotta film again. But batching allows you to stay consistent, and that is essential for business owners, because when you're consistent on YouTube, your results start to snowball. So if one video gets some sales and you post the next video that sends more traffic to that video that got sales, you got more sales. And if you post the next video that gets traffic to the next video that gets traffic to the video that got you sales, you can see how it starts to snowball. The other thing that's great for business owners, when you're posting weekly and consistently, you now have email content, because I take the transcripts of this video and I turn it into 3 emails that I then send to my list. I want to take a check here and see how you're feeling about this new idea for YouTube. And so to know that you're still following along and you're still here right now, what is the one offer you want to sell from your YouTube videos? List it down in the comments below. This system works for business owners because When we look at the YouTube analytics, it is broken for business owners. It is focused on more views, more subscribers equals success. And that's not what equals success for business owners. You need to build trust, authority, and a buyer journey. And that's when YouTube becomes your 24/7 sales team that will work for you for months and years from now. But here's the thing, knowing what to do is one thing, but knowing how to do it step by step, that's another. If you want to see exactly how I would start and grow a small YouTube channel to daily sales in 90 days or less, I'm breaking that down in the next video on your screen right here. If I had to start over with a small YouTube channel or a brand new YouTube channel and needed to be making sales on that channel within the next 90 days, here's exactly what I would do month by month, step by step. Now, this is the exact same plan that I use with my private coaching clients, and it's the reason why they're able to make sales on videos with less than 7 views, less than 20 views, less than 100 views. So I know I have the right people watching this video. Go ahead and comment 90 days if you want your YouTube channel making you daily sales in the next 90 days. My name is Trena Little if you're brand new to my channel, and I help course creators, coaches, and online entrepreneurs use YouTube to get clients and make sales without burning out or doing lame trends. Let's break down that 90-day roadmap that I would use if I wanted a brand new YouTube channel making sales in the next 90 days. First up, month 1. And during month 1, we're gonna be focused on building a strong foundation, because just like with a house, if you don't have a strong foundation, who knows when it's gonna crumble down. So the first piece in building your strong foundation is getting clear on your offer and your audience. But Trena, I thought you were talking about YouTube. Absolutely. But the whole reason you're building a YouTube channel is to sell your offer. So you need to know, what offer are you wanting to sell from your YouTube channel? For me, all roads point to my YouTube coaching experience. That is the one offer that I want to sell as often as possible because it is my main offer. What is one offer that you would like to sell? Is it a course? Is it a workshop? Let me know down in the comments. Because once you know what the offer is, now you know who your audience is going to be, because the audience you are going to want to create a content strategy for is the audience that would buy that offer. And in my world, we call that your ready to buy viewer, because you aren't going to create content for just random people, and you aren't going to create content for beginners. You're going to create content for those people that are having the problems that they have right before they say yes to your course, your services, your coaching program. That is very different than just picking random videos on YouTube that are topics people are searching or you see there's a large search result for. So you're going to get your offer clear, and then you're going to get clear on who your ready to buy audience is. The next piece in your foundation is getting clear on your channel promise. Now, this should be relatively easy because your channel promise is basically the promise your offer provides. So what is the transformation that your offer provides your client? Because that is what you're going to promise your channel does as well, because that's the kind of content you're going to create on your channel to attract those people. So for example, my promise here on my channel is to help you make sales using YouTube. What does my YouTube coaching experience do? Helps you set up a YouTube channel that drives you daily leads and sales. Your channel promise becomes your North Star. So when you're creating content, every video you post, you need to think about, is this delivering on the promise of my channel? The third part in your foundation, and again, we're doing this all in 1 month. The first month in doing this is going to be a lot of work, but if you want sales in 90 days, you've got to do this 4-week sprint to really make it happen. The third thing you're going to do, because you now know your offer, you know you're ready to buy audience, you know what your channel promises, you're going to start building out a content strategy. Now, there is a specific content strategy that I teach my clients called the Profitable Keyword Framework, and it's a research process that we do to find the specific words and phrases their ready to buy audience is searching for on YouTube. Now, you can do this yourself. You can go to YouTube search, but remember, you want to type in specific problems. So you're not just going to type in how to start an Instagram or how to get more likes on an Instagram. If you're an Instagram strategist, what is the big problem that your audience is having that needs your course? Is it making more sales on Instagram? Is it getting more sales in the DMs? You've got to get more specific here, because the broader your topic, the worse your audience. And it's not necessarily the worse your audience, but the lower value that viewer is. And if you want to be making sales in 90 days, you need to be creating content on very specific problems that ready to buy viewer has. You could also use a tool like vidIQ to come up with topics as well. And the reason why we want to put this in the vidIQ is because we want to make sure people are actually searching this. What I see some of my clients do, they get too detailed in the problem and their audience doesn't even know that problem exists. And so when we focus on content on a problem that the audience doesn't even know exists or isn't even looking for, they're not gonna find that content either. So you have to find that middle balance where it's not too broad of a problem, but it's not too specific of a problem as well. Let me know if that's making sense by I got it down in the comments, because this tends to be the place that I really help my clients the most in getting clear on what those topics need to be. I like to have about 5 topics, and you're going to start building a funnel with these topics. So you wanna think about your viewer's journey, just like your buyer's journey. So think about an email funnel, right? What are the 5 videos that you need to stack to get people to saying yes to your offer, all right? What are the objections? What are the pain points? What are the belief shifts that you need to have? If we're thinking about 5 dominoes stacked up, what are the 5 dominoes that are between your viewer and buying your offer? And how can we knock each one of those down with a video? Now, the important piece here is that with video 1, they're probably gonna have another question or another objection or another pain point pop up, and you're gonna have that prepared to be answered with the second video. And then you're gonna have that prepared to answer with the third video. So you see how these all kind of tie together to increase the chances you get that viewer to buying your offer. Now, the cool thing here is they could watch video 1 and be like, whoa, this person is exactly speaking my language. I already know that I want what she's selling. The other cool thing is somebody could come in and watch video number 3 and realize, done, I want what she has. So that's why it's really important to think about this playlist funnel, because you're really maximizing every video and every view you get, because some people are going to need more videos to convince them that you're the right person to buy from. Whereas some people are gonna watch one video from you and know instantly, yes, I need to buy from you. So once you now have your 5 topics, you're gonna do something that I call a video game plan. And I will link to a video here where I dive more into my video game plan. But the key pieces here are you need to come up with a title and thumbnail that you know your audience is gonna click on. It's going to show value, and it's also gonna spark curiosity. And if we can't come up with a good title and thumbnail, doesn't matter how great our content is, nobody's clicking on it. Once you have your title and thumbnail, then you're going to plan your video. So by the end of month 1, you're gonna be clear on what offer you're selling from your channel. You're gonna be clear on your ready to buy viewer. You're gonna be clear on your channel promise, and you're going to have a playlist funnel outlined, and hopefully some video game plans done as well. Because when we move into month 2, you're going to start recording, and you really need to hear me loud and clear. Filming videos can seem like a task. And it absolutely is, but you need to treat that task just like a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment or any other appointment that you have to show up to. Because if you don't put filming down on your calendar, it will not happen. And I'm telling you, I only need to shoot 1 time a month. 1 time a month, and I have weekly sales assets that I also turn into email assets. And this is what helps me sell every day. So when you are procrastinating or thinking you don't have time to film, do you have time to make sales? Do you want to make more sales? So you have to put in the time to film these videos. And as I said, batching is one of the easiest ways to do that. I'm sitting down today, the last day of school for my kids before summer vacation kicks off, and I'm shooting 3 videos to get done. So when they come home for the next couple of weeks, I don't have to worry about them screaming in the background. Now, will I have to shoot in the next couple of weeks with them screaming in the background? Absolutely. Is that okay that real life happens and your videos may have kids screaming in the background or popping in? Yes, that makes you a human. That makes you real. And that's what people will connect with. So we don't need to overthink about these videos needing to be perfectly polished, because we're not robots and we want to connect with other real life humans. The other thing is, once you film these are the only time you need to do hair and makeup. Do I look like this on a reoccurring basis? Absolutely not. Probably most of my neighbors think I look like a disaster because I roll out of bed, sloppy bun, no makeup, tinted moisturizer, and that is it. because I can spend the rest of my month without being on camera, either editing videos, working on improving my funnels, lead follow-up, and that's why YouTube is so important. You only need to show up on video once a month and have so much content done because those videos can be repurposed in so many ways if you would like to. A quick note on editing, don't overthink it, keep it simple. I have found time and time again over the last year that for business owners, educators, simple editing is enough to make sales. So don't worry about not having fancy transitions or fancy text or fancy B-roll. For you to make sales, you don't need that. So don't worry about getting super complicated with editing. Just keep it simple so we can get these videos up making you sales in 90 days. Now, we're still in month 2, right? Hopefully you've batched early in that month, so now you're editing and you're uploading your videos. During this month, as you're uploading, it can be easy to fall into the idea that views is what means success for my video. And when you log into YouTube and you see that dashboard and you see your video is a 1 out of 10 of your last 10 videos, it can be very hard to adjust your mindset that that's not what a successful video is, because I get this all the time. I get a client that will send me a message saying, my video flopped, look at it, it's 10 out of 10, it's not had many views. But the real thing that you need to be tracking is traffic to your landing page, to your sales page, to your apply to work with me page. Because just because a video didn't get 100 views doesn't mean it didn't send you traffic and sales. And so you need to make sure you have something set up to reassure you or prove to you that YouTube is sending you traffic. Now, because this is so important, I have a Google Analytics expert inside my program so that my clients can make sure their Google Analytics is set up so they can see the traffic coming to their pages from YouTube and they can see who's converting that's coming from YouTube. And most of the time, they're going to see the traffic from YouTube converts higher than any other traffic that's coming to that page, whether it's their website or Instagram or a podcast. And so you need to have this system set up so you can be reassured what you're doing is working. The other thing having this system set up will do for you is you'll be able to see when you post a video which topics actually spiked lead magnet opt-ins or webinar signups or course sales. Then you know something about that topic really bought the right person, the ready to buy viewer. And so then you can start to dig into that and figure out how to create more content around that topic. Now, if you don't have Google Analytics set up or you're not sure how to do that, the other thing that you can do that's super simple to get you started is create a page specifically for YouTube traffic. So you could just duplicate whatever landing page or opt-in page that you have and only link to that page from your YouTube content, and that will be able to show you how much traffic you're getting from YouTube without having to wonder if other traffic is coming from other places. Now, typically, within the first 2 months, you should be seeing sales. I've had clients with their second video being published with 7 views make a sale. I've had clients with their first couple of videos, a video with 20 views, getting membership signups. And so you should be getting some sales by now. But in month 3, this is where you can really dive into what we need to fix to get those sales on autopilot. That's why we're taking a full 90 days here, because we need to take real data from the videos you're posting and the traffic you're getting from your page to double down on what is actually working. So as your videos are going live, by month 3, you should almost have your 5 videos in your playlist funnel posted. And so you're gonna start to dig into the analysis here. And this is gonna help you start to form your next playlist funnel. Because remember, when you're posting on YouTube, every video you post gets initial views and it sends more traffic to your past videos. It's like compounding interest. So if you can stay consistent on YouTube, you continue to create this snowball effect on your channel. And I love posting weekly on YouTube because then I can take the transcript of this video and turn it into email newsletters to keep my email engaged. I can also sell from these emails as well in my email list, which is helping me make more sales. So I think it's really important to decide I'm gonna commit to weekly videos because it helps me in other places in my business as well. Now, what you're also analyzing is based on the videos you posted, which videos are getting higher click-through rates. So what about that title, that thumbnail, that topic, do you think got people to click on it more than the other ones? And you're gonna use that information to help you title and thumbnail your future videos. So you're continuing to improve each video's click-through rate, getting more people to click on your videos, getting more people to watch your videos, getting you more sales. You're also gonna start building your second playlist funnel. So think about those other pain points, those objections, those belief shifts that they need to have, because you should have a list of all the pain points and the objections that people have before they buy your offer. And this is gonna be your place to have them posted forever for people to binge watch, consistently getting people in that journey to buying your main offer. You also wanna be looking at your videos' audience retention, because not only is it important that you're getting people to click on your videos, it's important that you're continuing to improve your videos, getting people to watch your videos longer. So you're gonna look at, out of all your videos, what had the best 1 minute mark audience retention. How did you open that video? What did your hook look like? What video had the best overall audience retention? How did you structure that video? What did you say in the video? How did you edit it? And you're gonna take that information moving forward with all your future videos so they, again, continue to get better. Another thing you're gonna be looking at is, are your videos sending traffic to your sales page, your opt-in page, landing page, wherever you're sending them? So if you're seeing you're not getting traffic, something about the topic or your call to action isn't getting people over to that page. The other thing that could be happening, you could say, I'm getting more traffic there, but I'm not making sales or seeing an increase in opt-ins. Two things could be happening here. You're getting the wrong audience from your YouTube videos to that page and there's not a connection, or your page needs to be better optimized and it's not having a good conversion rate. And that means you need to update something on that page to increase that conversion rate. Now, if you're thinking, Trena, this sounds freaking amazing, but I just don't have time, or I've got to make a few more sales before I can even think about working with you to do this. Let me be real with you right now. And I'm going to be completely frank. If you don't have time and you don't have the money now, what you're doing isn't working. And if you keep doing what you're doing right now, that's not working, you're going to stay stuck in that cycle with no time, no money, and no growth. And you're going to have to make a decision. Is it worth it to your business to make an investment to work with somebody that will help you break out of this terrible cycle that you may be in with no time, no money, no growth? And that's exactly why I created my program, the YouTube Coaching Experience. It's a high-touch accountability program along with very detailed strategy for business owners that want to use YouTube for daily sales, designed to take you from no sales on YouTube to sales within 90 days of posting on YouTube. No matter where your channel is at right now, whether you're starting from scratch, whether you have a few videos, or whether you have a decent sized channel and it's not making you daily sales. In this program, it is very one-on-one. Not only do we have weekly group coaching calls, you have unlimited audits and personalized feedback from me inside of Slack that I'm providing my clients every Monday through Thursday. That private Slack Facebook group is available for accountability, daily support, and questions. I give you proven script templates, thumbnail templates, workflows, everything that you need to get your YouTube sales system in place as quickly as possible without having to guess. I'm giving you my entire process and strategy for coming up with your content strategy, how to take that information, turn it into video titles and thumbnails, turn it into video game plans, and get it on YouTube, making you sales. And the results speak for themselves. I'm popping up a few specific screenshots that I've had from my clients to prove to you this happens with small channels. You don't need a lot of views to make this system work. And this is a system that will work for you years to come, because YouTube videos don't expire like Reels, like TikToks. They are evergreen sales assets for your business. If you want to make this 90-day plan that I just walked you through a reality, you need the support, the feedback, the accountability that only a coaching experience like the YouTube Coaching Experience can provide. If you keep waiting for more time, or when you have more time, or after you get a few more sales, nothing is going to change. And that more time and those more sales are not going to come. You have to decide now whether to make a change or stay stuck in that cycle that you're in. This program does have limited seats because I do work so closely with my clients and I do provide unlimited audits with my clients every day. If you want to finally start seeing daily sales from YouTube videos that you posted months ago, go to trenalittle.com/coaching to grab your spot today. This is your next step. This is how you make the next 90 days count. If you want to stop guessing and start seeing results, I will see you inside the YouTube coaching experience.